Okay, folks, I know there's quite a number of people that are chiming in on my Facebook, so a lot of you are out there. So I thought that since I work for Dennis Hoff at the Moonlite Bunnyranch, I'd tell you what it's all about here in the brothels. Please let me know if you can hear me. It makes my life a little bit easier because right now I'm doing this on my laptop and I don't know what the sound quality is like, and I really don't know what the picture quality is like. So let me know uh, how I'm doing, what it sounds like. Um, Things to know about who I am, what I do, and information about our brothels. I work for Dennis Hoff. He is the owner of the Moonlight Bunnyranch and 5 other legal brothels in Nevada. You may have seen the series HBO's Cat House. They rerun it frequently. It's on demand for late night specials. It gives you an idea of what it's like at the Bunny Ranch, but there's some things that you didn't see in the series. Um, when we are in the brothels, there's things for us to remember, and I had to write this all down so I can remember it. First thing that you have to remember is 1/2 of everything you spend does not go to the lady you are spending time with. It goes to the house. The reason for this is we have some amazing properties. They have a lot of amenities. The Sagebrush, which is where I'm located, has one of the largest bars in Nevada. We have it fully stocked with a wide array of liquor. We have linen service. We have maid service. We have Wi-Fi. The lights never get shut off. The water never gets shut off. All of those bills, those day-to-day bills, get paid by the girls. That's why we pool our funds together and why half of what you pay goes to the house. Okay. If you go looking for sex from a stranger, a lot of bad things can happen to you that are not going to happen here. Um, there's no one under the bed to steal your wallet. There's no one outside the door that's going to knock you on the head and roll you. The police aren't going to come raid the place. Your name's not going out in the paper. Your car's not going to get confiscated or towed or even vandalized. Dennis has relationships with the Lyon County Sheriff's Department. We have a lot of those guys that come in, visit with us. They come and check on us. This is a legal business. We don't deal with pimps. All of the girls in these houses are independent contractors. We make the decision to be here because we like what we do. You're not going to get ripped off. This is a legitimate business. We have a system for complaints. You don't have that in a legal situation. The office monitors our negotiations. They have the ability to listen in to ensure that there are absolutely no discrepancies. So you get everything you want and everything that is agreed upon, and in a lot of cases, a lot more. The girls are extremely creative. They enjoy what they do. So the natural ebb and flow of an intimate encounter, things get added because of chemistry. So that's something that we like to let folks know. We want you to have a good time. Um, I promise the information I'm giving you is 100% accurate. We are tested every week. In this house, Wednesdays at 12:30 in the afternoon, every Wednesday, like clockwork, for every STD under the sun. One of those that is hard to catch is chlamydia. It doesn't have any symptoms and it takes several weeks to incubate and show up. Uh, if you take chlamydia home to a partner and it goes unnoticed, especially a female partner, she's in the future not going to be able to have kids. And it gets really difficult to explain when you've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical testing, wondering why she can't get pregnant, and that little detail pops up. We are tested for HIV and syphilis. Have never had a case of HIV detected in the entire Nevada legal brothel system ever in the history of them putting these houses into place and making it legal, which was in the late 60s, early 70s with the Mustang Ranch and Joe Conforti. Um, we haven't had any of them pop up. Uh, give you some details, Las Vegas alone has more than 400 HIV/AIDS positive infected illegal prostitutes working in any given year. We're tested for Hep A, B, and C. We're vaccinated against Hep A and B. So I'll take useless facts for 600. Alex, it is safer to play with me than it is to order a steak in any restaurant in this country. We submit to the same testing if we offer anal as a part of our parties. So everything gets tested. If it can take a body part, it gets tested. If you and one of the things that we let people know about is, like I said, I'll take useless facts for 600, Alex. You have a chance, excuse me, of getting Hep A when you order a steak in a restaurant, like you have the chance of getting hit by lightning. Now that's a possibility. We eliminate that possibility in these houses because every year when we renew those sheriff's licenses, we get inoculated against Hep A. Speaking of those sheriff's licenses, those are harder to get than it is to run for sheriff in Lyon County. They test, well, let me rephrase that. They take fingerprints. They run a background check. Usually it's a 20-year background check. Now stop and think about it. We get girls in here that are 18, 19. That means they're running a background check on their entire life. And you cannot have committed any felonies or any crimes at all, including jaywalking, a speeding ticket, anything. Even small violations, the Lyon County Sheriff can deny us our card and prevent us from being able to work. If you have watched the Lisa Ling real life series, she did a tour of our houses for several days, filmed several of the girls, and in the Lisa Ling show, they did show one of our girls being denied that sheriff's card for child support. They're not joking. They will keep us from getting the ability to work in a legal environment if we cannot be trusted. That's the way they see it. We've been in business, the Moonlite Bunnyranch and all of the houses associated with it, for over 65 years. And in that time, we've never had an issue. We, as the girls, make a great deal of sacrifices for everything that you see here when you come to visit us. Everything in our rooms, from our decorations to our wardrobes to our makeup to our hair to our skincare, that comes out of our pocket. So, you know, there's an overhead. It's a legitimate business. In most cases, most of the ladies out here are the best sex you're ever going to have. I offer everything from the mild to the wild. I am at present the only porn star in the Sagebrush Ranch. You know, you want BDSM? I'm your girl. Girlfriend experience, was raised to be that. A lot of the girls call it a girlfriend experience. I call it the ultimate companion experience. It's everything you want and none of the negatives, which is always a good thing. You're not going to be rushed. You're not going to be, it's not a case of get in, get off, get out. We want you to spend time with us. We want you to enjoy what you're experiencing. We cuddle. We can put movies on TVs. We can pull up, you know, silly nonsense if that's what you want. We want you happy so that you come back again and again. You're not restricted to using just cash. A lot of our parties can get very large on the dollar figures. Nobody carries that kind of cash around these days. We take all forms of plastic. So Visa, American Express, or excuse me, Visa, Discover, MasterCard. American Express is the only credit card we can't take. And that's not our choice. That's American Express. They won't let us. The cool thing about using plastic in our houses, it's not going to show up on your statement. It will show up as the holding company for all of the houses, which the last time I checked was Barrett Industries. For each of the houses, it will show up as a specific phrase. For Sagebrush, it shows up as Nevada Scenic Tours. Yes, you get to tour the scenery, which it's kind of a joke, but we let everybody know what it says on the billing statement, how it is set up. No one's ever going to know you're here in our houses. You're our guest. Literally the only way they're going to know is if you tell them. Even if somebody hires a private detective, it's not going to trace back to the Sagebrush Ranch. You can use your credit card receipt for a tax deduction as the cost of doing business. You can use it as an entertainment. One gentleman told me he uses it as therapy. So if you've got a good tax consultant, you can actually use the receipts from our houses as a deduction on your taxes, which this time of the year is important to know. We keep our prices at a certain level, so we keep a better class and quality of ladies. The ladies that are used to doing low figures and a whole lot of gentlemen throughout a day because they're on a revolving door, we don't keep them for very long. They usually either get frustrated with the environment, the other girls, the fact that this is a legitimate business. We have a professionalism, a code of ethics, morality that we have to adhere to. They don't last very long. One or two things is going to happen. Either they're going to get frustrated and get run out of the house, or the other ladies in the house are going to tell them they need to leave because they're not a good fit. We want a certain class of lady because we want a certain class of client. You're not going to be sitting in our parlor and dealing with drug dealers and, other pimps, thugs, people that get out of control in our houses and cannot mind their manners. Usually get asked to leave. We ask them to leave nicely, but they will be asked to leave the property. And understand, if you're asked to leave one house, you're going to be forbidden access to all of the other houses in the area. There is a phone tree, and although you may not realize it, every single girl in that house has every one of the other houses on speed dial. So before you make it out of our gate, everybody else is going to know not to let you in. So you want to mind your manners and be polite. I mean, just stop and think about it. You're going into somebody's home. You're a guest in our home. Same manners you would have going to your friend's house or your grandmother's house. Those apply here. It'll get you a long way. The ladies like it when you behave yourself, when you're respectful of the fact that you're a guest in our home. You can rest assured you're not paying for someone else's drug habit or pimp or any other criminal activity. Dennis doesn't allow it. If he gets wind of it, if he sees it, the girls do get kicked out of the house for that kind of stuff. They get blackballed across the industry, so then they're not going to be able to work in a legal environment at all. He's in the past been known to throw girls out of the house with black trash bags and 5 minutes warning. He doesn't tolerate drugs. He doesn't tolerate pimps. He doesn't tolerate people harassing his clients. These are his houses, and he's a very protective papa. His theory is crime breeds crime, and he doesn't want criminals. He wants people who are out here to have a good time, enjoy themselves, and indulge in their fantasies, their wishes, their desires, and walk away with a big smile on their face going, that was awesome. And that brings us right back to, if you go looking for a stranger, somebody you meet at a bar, decide to go home with them, have sex, a lot of bad things can happen to you. That being said, I'm getting a bunch of commentaries. Hello, Peter. Thank you, Don. I'm glad that I can be heard. That always worries me. Ask me questions, whether it's here while we're broadcasting or in private. Send me a message either on Facebook or through Facebook Messenger. You can always reach me through Sagebrush Ranch. My email there is sablerenee@sagebrushranch.com. I can be found on Twitter at Sable Renee, here on Facebook. I want to know what your desires are, what your fantasies are, and what your wishes and desires are. I want to make an experience with me the best you've ever had. I love to spoil my guests. The reality is I want you at the end of our time together walking away going, I don't want it to end. Please don't make me go back out there. It's something that I enjoy. So now you know how the brothels work and what we go through on a daily basis to make your dreams come true. And it's been a pleasure. It's Sunday afternoon here at the Sagebrush Ranch. Things are kind of quiet now, but apparently I'm the only girl in the house right now who's available. Woe is me. Very sad. The other girls that were supposed to be on today are currently unavailable. So I'm all by myself. So here's the deal. Any lucky buck that walks through the door and books me, guess what? Anybody else that walks through the door, they're going to be told, we're sorry, we have no girls available. Please come back later. And that'll be the end of that discussion. You know, Geek, glad I am so tickled to see you on my feed. Hello, Peter. James, Crystal, miss you guys, Crystal. I've been seeing all your things you got spoiled rotten for Christmas, you lucky girl. I'm jealous as I'll get out. I'm gonna go mess around on the computer. Send me your questions, comments, let me know what you think. What do you want the next subject to be? I'm gonna try and get some video of a tour of the house and put it up on my YouTube channel so that everybody can see what the sagebrush looks like. Basically, I'm gonna give you a mock tour because you're gonna be on camera, so I can't hear answers to questions. And then from there, I'd like to know what you would like to hear about. The ultimate goal with this is to pique people's interest, answer questions, dispel some myths, and give you an opportunity to talk to somebody who's willing to reveal all of our secrets about the brothels, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, mwah, I'll see y'all later.